And hi there folks, my name's NovaWing24 and welcome to our first impressions of Homeworld Deserts of Kharak. Now, this is a real-time strategy. Now, for those who've been gaming for a while, the Homeworld franchise, Homeworld itself, when it first came out, kind of like redefined like real-time strategy, especially in space, because it was the first, it was groundbreaking because it offered 3D, actual proper full 3D movement for a strategy game, and that was unheard of, and I'm reasonably sure hasn't been repeated. So that was like really huge, and it spawned a whole sort of community. It was originally done by Sierra, and it was just Homeworld 1, then there was Homeworld Cataclysm, which we kind of don't talk about very much. But anyway, and then Homeworld 2, and then it kind of all died. And of course, Relic used to own the proprietary to it, blah blah blah. Anyway, long story short, Gearbox Software picked up the Homeworld franchise as part of the picking up the dead carcass that was Relic, and they've come out with this Homeworld Deserts of Kharak. Now, originally, interesting enough, originally this Deserts of Kharak, I first heard about this probably about 3 years ago. It was a proposal and sort of a pie in the sky kind of idea by the developers of the original Homeworld, who wanted to, make something new and expand the universe more. And then it sort of all went very, very quiet and sort of disappeared from view. And then suddenly, lo and behold, we get ambushed with it being released by Gearbox Software and Blackbird Interactive. So, win! This is awesome. So, back to the Homeworld universe. Anyway, so this is a prequel. It is a prequel story. It's the story that happens before Homeworld. So, this is when you're finding the Higara Stone, is basically what it is. So, that kind of stuff. And you find the wreckage and stuff like that. So, I had a quick look at the campaign. I love it because it's got the art style of the original campaign. Really loving that, and it's just doing this so much justice, and it's just got the feel, and it's got a story. It's a game that's got a storyline at the moment. That's like unheard of and awesome. So props for doing that. Really awesome. Anyway, what we're going to have a look at today, we're going to have a quick look at the overview. We're going to have a quick look at some of the gameplay in terms of the skirmish, just get a sort of basic thing so you can see what it looks like visually and stuff like that. And then in the future, you may see a playthrough for it. I don't know, haven't decided yet. But anyway, alright, so first off, let's jump through it. Let's have a look at the options first, of course, as always. So, options menu is pretty good. It's got a lot of sort of, the basic stuff to get, and it really takes advantage of modern systems, which is nice to see. Considering that the original was released, like, back in the 90s? Like, late 90s it was originally released, so, yeah. And you can go through, you can, your level of details and all this kind of stuff. It's just amazing. Anyway, cool. So yeah, very detailed there. Sound pretty good. This one here, the voice count. So this is pretty cool. What it is that one of the other cool things about Homeworld was that all your units, you heard the comm chatter when they were in combat. And this makes a return in Deserts of Kharak, and so you can have this here. So while we're actually playing, you'll be able to hear some of the actual units actually just sort of just chatting away to themselves, which is kind of cool. Controls, so full rebinding as well, which is always good to see, and nice, that's what there, blah blah blah. And then gameplay is just the usual thing. So, all the usual fun stuff there. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Again, it was nice to see that, and it was really cool to hear all those voices again, which you'll hear in just a moment. Alright, cool. Anyway, alright, so let's accept those, and let's go into skirmish. Alright, so there are two factions. So you have two factions. You've got the Coalition, which is sort of like the good guys, in inverted commas, and then you've got the Galcian. The Galcian are sort of like the bad guys. Think of them as ground-born Vega, for those who remember the series. Think of them like that, using the sort of all the plundered alien technology. By the way, folks, just so we're clear, this is not in space. By the way, I just want to make this clear. It's a bit of it's almost like heresy that a Homeworld game is not in space, but it's not. You still have you got your carrier and your various units and whatever. But yeah, it is not. In space. It is on the funnily enough, go from the title, the Deserts of Kharak, as you explore them and actually do all that stuff. Alright, so cool. That's so you can do all the customization and stuff like that. It'd be nice if we eventually get the if we get the actual being able to change logos and stuff like that. That would be cool. But anyway, so let's go with that for now. There we go. Let's make us a bit more Vega like. Okay. Alright, so let's just throw in an AI today. Now, a couple of things with the bad guys. Okay, so a couple of things with the game mode. So game mode is a team of free-for-all. Yeah, pretty obvious. Now, win conditions. So win conditions, artifact retrieval. So it's all about artifacts. Like the actual sort of story is about artifacts and things like that in the Homeworld universe. So yeah, you can actually set your win condition to be artifact retrieval, which is what we're going to play with today. Or you can do your traditional carriers / base annihilation and just total annihilation if you want to do it that way. So there you go. That's the option there. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to just use one of the default maps there. So Kalish's Teeth. All right. And let's start. So in this quick little skirmish game, as I said, we're going to do a quick introduction to the gameplay, just so you can see what it's like and see if it's going to be for you. I grabbed this because I love the Homeworld universe. I really, really do. Alright, so let's get started with our carrier. Alright, Alright, first off, we're going to want to get that one done.
We have insufficient CUs.
Alright, now let's get you guys resourcing on that one straight away. Cool. Alright. Alright, so into our Census Manager. So for those of you who are familiar with the Census Manager from the old days, you will remember this. We get this sort of global overview. So in this, because we are running the artifact missions, we've got extraction zones. So this is our extraction zone. We've got to get our artifacts which spawn continuously from these 3 sites. We get ours to there, and we've got to stop the bad guys from getting theirs to there. Alright, so we can do that. Alright, now first off, let's get ourselves... Alright, now I'm going to get... So we've got the routers for the LAVs, but I'm going to wait a bit because I want to get some resourcing operations really hammering away. So I'm going to get to my support cruiser going, which allows me to get a mining operation going over here. That should be just about ticked up. There we go. Now, yes, I know I'm not following the traditional sort of RTS thing. I should be scouting and whatever, but you know what? That's I'm doing this because I want to make sure I've got a reliable base to go on against my AI opponent. Alright. So while he's building, let's get some of these guys going. Let's get 2 more.
Reference to spectral printouts as you take it apart.
Alright, now we're going to want to set
Proceed to rally point.
there. Now, with your carrier's got this cool little thing called with power management. Basically, you can expand your carrier's amount of power that it has. And what you can do, you can switch on and off certain modules. So, for example, if we want to be able to defend the carrier, we can engage its weapon systems, which will use up one of its power modules. Alright, now we're going to move you over there, support cruiser. It's probably a good idea that I turn that weaponry on.
All hands. Be advised. Tracking hostiles. Hostile light attack vehicle visually authenticated. We read you. On the move.
Alright,
Display to
you
that
going
field.
that one.
Salvager online.
You can do that one. Okay, let's get a couple of LAVs running. And I want to get some more resources up and running. Alright. Now, again, you got usual sort of like focus on your units and stuff like that. Then the detail's not too bad. As I said, I like it because it's got the sort of blocky art style that we're used to from the sort of original Homeworld. And, oh yeah, good, I've got my LAVs online. Get you guys into attack over here. I thought he had a defense weapon. Obviously he doesn't. Okay.
Strike craft taking effective fire. Salvage are ready.
Now, yeah, by the way, now these resources, so these resources, not all your resources are immediately available. You actually have to actually sort of break them, as it were, sort of break them down to be able to get access to them. So we're going to need to blow that up, set a demolition charge there.
Salvager online.
Alright.
Control Group 1 designated.
Hostiles designated. Trackers assigned.
Hostile forces are attempting to extract an artifact.
Salvager copies. Advance to mark CUs. Reading.
Alright, now let's get some, we're going to need to get some more LAVs going real fast.
We require additional fleet capacity modules from the command carrier.
Alright,
Deploying field
let's get
logistics
another couple
module.
of fleet modules
Fleet
going.
capacity deployable out.
We're ready for orders. Identify target site on scanner.
Oh.
Hostile strike craft down.
You're really not doing so well, are you?
Attention.
Rally point set.
Reading.
Move to location.
Light attack vehicle is under fire.
Fleet Group 1 assigned.
Keep eyes out for targets.
Alright, let's keep you guys engaged. Alright.
Reading.
Now let's keep going. Alright.
Research completed.
Okay, we're going to need to get some carrier fabrication going again.
Strike copies.
Hostile forces have recovered an artifact.
Alright, so we got they got 2 artifacts at the moment, so they're almost halfway to their goals. We're going to need to do something about that shortly.
This is the captain.
Alright.
Strike craft destroyed. Green line confirmed.
Alright.
This is the captain. Reading.
Light attack vehicle in service.
Sensors post is under fire.
Control Group 1 designated.
Alright, so now we've got our establishment, we've got our resources flowing in very nicely.
Ready. Set.
Alright, so now we can start getting onto a few more things for this. Alright,
Light
we're going to
attack
get some of
vehicle
these guys.
online.
Ready. Keep an eye on the array level.
Light attack vehicle
Alright, now the
in
other thing we're going to need, we're going to
Fleet
need to
Group
get a
1
base
assigned.
runner going so we can actually start collecting our own ones.
Control Group 1 designated.
Alright, now let's go shut down your ability to grab
Armored
those
assault
devices,
operation.
shall we?
Fleet Group 1 assigned.
Green line confirmed.
Okay.
We've detected something. Can you confirm visual? Strike craft taking effective fire. Op ready.
Control Group 1 designated. Hostile forces are attempting to extract an artifact. Artifact position authenticated.
Okay.
Enemy armor disabled.
Fleet Group 1 assigned.
Contact. Move to fire. Make ready.
Let's get some railguns ready. I'm going to upgrade that one.
Ready. Reading. Armor copy.
Armored assault online. Control
Alright,
Group 1
now we're going to get
designated.
another support cruiser out.
Unidentified contact.
logistics
Designated
module out.
hostile. Receiving. Maneuver and engage. Alert. Light attack
Now
vehicle
let's
destroyed.
get you shut
Armored
down.
vehicle is taking fire.
Now one of the other cool things you get as well is that they actually make use of terrain, so you actually get a height advantage. So you can see when these guys have got the little plus sign here, that's because they're shooting from a higher elevation, which means they get a firepower bonus, which is nice.
Take them apart.
Alright.
Reading for orders. Go alert. LAB down.
Fleet Group 1 assigned.
Be ready to engage.
Go.
Runner.
Okay.
Set new
Now we've got our base runner up and running.
Group 2 designated.
Stay alert. This is the captain.
Proceed to rally point. Secure location marked.
Alright.
Hostile armor eliminated. Armor online. Board is green. Let's roll.
Alright,
Light
let's
attack
form a
vehicle
defensive one
online.
around
Keep
you.
eyes on an artifact. Stand by.
Ready.
Control Group 1 designated.
Enemy contacts on the board. Scored for that base runner.
Alright, now I was building a support cruiser at some point, wasn't I? There we go.
Railgun
Get you running.
online.
Alert. Support craft has been engaged.
Alright. So as you can see, like, so with your resourcing operations, as I said, you've got your support cruisers, which essentially sort of like your old harvester sort of depot kind of things.
Armored assault operational.
Then we've got and they also do like your repairing and that kind of stuff. And we've got use these little disc models. So of course, you know, in a longer term strategy game, you want to be blowing those up, so you don't have to worry about engaging the bad guys and the like. Okay, so now that I've got that one, let's get you over to our extraction zone. Alright. Now, I'm going to take a risk. I'm thinking...
Fleet capacity deployable out.
Alright, let's upgrade power
Hostile
reserve.
light attack vehicle detected. Armor, go ahead.
Fleet Group 1 assigned.
Okay.
Guard set on base runner.
And basically we want to protect all that kind of stuff.
The MTL is showing positive materials tracking. Support ready. Reading.
Base runner assembled.
Oop, nope, don't need that one. There we go. Queued up. Okay. Now,
Enemy armor disabled.
let's get some fighters going.
Alert. Light attack vehicle destroyed.
Fleet Group 3 assigned.
Ready.
Alright, group 3, let's get you. I'm going to be a bit risky, and I'm going to nab
Research completed.
2 at the same time. Alright, so I'm going to get you to escort that one.
Go for carrier.
Okay. Yeah, it's very easy to pop cap yourself.
Deploying field logistics module.
Base runner here.
Okay. So the artifact sort of retrieval missions are pretty cruisy once you sort of get yourself established.
Strike craft taking effective fire.
Be advised. Team en route to recover the artifact. Energy signature confirmed.
Set
An
message.
artifact has
Alright,
been
let's
discovered.
get you over there. Two's gone in there. Alright, group 1.
Armor is on route.
Let's go attack some resourcing
Hostile
operations,
production
shall we?
verified. Take it out.
Alright, in the meantime,
Armor ready.
get you some replenishment.
Armored assault operational. Artifact recovered.
Alright.
Authentication confirmed.
So you can see during when we do like the movie attack move command, you can see the elevations and that kind of stuff, and you actually get this sort of like the line of sights as well, so you can actually get yourself a, yep, okay, this is going to be an issue and that kind of thing.
Reporting.
Alright,
Proximity
group
warning
2,
is
get you
set.
go
Hostile
down there.
Enemy armor on approach.
There's railguns firing away like mad.
Enemy salvager neutralized.
Alright.
Enemy light attack vehicle marked
Now
on
we're gonna get
approach.
some. Now
Report
aircraft.
runner
Now aircraft are very interesting in this one. So you still get your aircraft, but how they're actually done is essentially is that you call them in as an airstrike. So what you'd be looking at doing is you'd be looking at, so you build them and assign them, and that's fine. But you actually then do it as an actual. You call in an actual airstrike.
Team en route to recover the artifact.
Coordinates verified. We've got hostile on sensors. Confirm visual. Go for armor.
So we're
Artifact
gonna
recovered.
there.
Authentication confirmed. Carrier production facilities upgraded.
Light attack
And it's kind of pretty
vehicle
cool.
is
As I said,
under
it just like it looks really awesome, and like the graphics have been done really quite nicely in that very much that Homeworld style. It's a little bit blocky, but you know what? I really like that. It's a lot of nostalgia comes into this as well, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it's one of those things that it's like, you know what, this is just really awesome. You should really, if you've ever been a fan of the Homeworld series, then you know what, you're probably already going to probably have bought this by now. But you know what, even if you're not, this is just a really well done title. It just really is. It's got a storyline, and that's just so damn rare these days. It's not funny. So to actually have a title that's got a story and, you know, is not afraid to say it has a story, that's a pretty big deal. And just nice to see that it actually has that. Anyway, alright, so what I'm going to do, let's get you over here ready for another artifact extraction. Now in the meantime, let's look here. Okay, let's get a bomber going.
Go for order.
Okay.
Enemy salvager destroyed.
Let's get a few more railguns going.
The command carrier must place additional fleet capacity deployables. Fleet
Support
logistics
for
Okay.
attack. Immediate fire
Deploying
support on that
logistics
position.
module.
Oh, hello. Okay, now this is actually good because this gives me a chance to show you what this looks like. Okay, so let's go with that one. So as I said, you call an airstrike, your fighters launch. There they go.
Lost. Op ready.
and then they go in, conduct their airstrike, sort of circle back until their ordnance is depleted. Once their ordnance is depleted, then they go back to base, which is kind of cool.
Ready.
Or you can tell them just, or yeah, they'll have a bit of ordnance, or you can just tell them to rotate back. Alright, now that bastard destroyed my support cruiser, so let's get that back up and running again. Okay, alright. In the meantime, we've got a few more things we produce here.
Fleet Group 1 assigned.
Okay, let's go hunting, shall we?
Send your message. We got something on the horizon. Cruiser waiting for eyes on to authenticate.
Alright.
Be advised.
Get you
Hostile
to go
carrier
there.
effective. Armor, go ahead.
There we go, and of course we've got the carrier there.
Craft capability online.
Strike craft taking effective fire.
Let's kill some of these guys first.
Enemy salvager neutralized.
Alright, off we go.
Alert, light attack vehicle destroyed. Armored vehicle is taking fire.
Energy signature confirmed. An artifact has been discovered.
Reporting. Retrieve.
Let's grab that one.
Support cruiser now operational.
Okay, alright, now.
Ready.
Be advised. Team en
Bring
route
my
to recover
airstrike.
artifact vector dialed in.
Attack course set.
A couple of
We lack
gunships.
sufficient RUs.
Go ahead. Tracking armored craft on approach.
But yeah, your strike fighters aren't invulnerable, by the way. They can get shot down fairly easily, and you get AA updates pretty early on. And I think that should be just about the end of that carrier. And yes, there it goes. Boom! Nice and done. There we go.
Battle report. Hostile carrier
Cool.
has been destroyed.
Anyway, alright, so in the meantime, let's continue on with various salvaging attempts. So,
Mission
that's
success. All
pretty
ships
much
reform
done.
on
There it is,
command
victory,
carrier.
bang,
Great
there we
job
go.
out there.
Alright, cool. Forgot that I'd actually enabled carry destruction victory point. Anyway, okay, so, that was pretty awesome. I'm really, really impressed by this. Look, a lot of people may say that it's not, like, the most spectacular game and all the rest of it, but... And, you know, it's like, oh, it's got to look like it's 2006. You know what? Actually, no. It's got a lot of things in there. Yes, it's not in space, and you don't have the 3D movement, but it's got the elevation terrain and actually uses it properly. So, you know, there are, you know, at least one of the single-player missions that I can think of, and I know one of the skirmish maps, there's like a couple of little sort of like valleys and chasms that you go through. So you can actually do ambush, you know, surprise attacks by just following through the canyons so they don't actually know where you are. So, you know, it's pretty cool, really well thought out, and very much worthy, in my opinion, very worthy of the Homeworld title. So there you go. That's a high praise for me. But anyway, alright, well that wraps up my little first impressions video of Homeworld Deserts of Kharak. It is available now on Steam. As I said, don't forget to grab this one. And as I said, if you're into Homeworld in any way, shape or form, you will love it. You really will. And as I said, it's got a story. It's not just a multiplayer BS practice. It actually has a story. So cool. Anyway, alright folks, thanks very much for looking at this first impressions video of Homeworld Deserts of Kharak. My name has been Boeing24. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this and want to see more videos. And of course, as always, don't forget you can always find out what I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search Boeing24. Alright folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.